Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about Prismatic Evolution. So we're going to be talking about some crazy stuff that went down, the chaotic mess that Prismatic Evolutions has been on release day, and how employees of retailers like Target, GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, how employees of these chains, of these retail stores, have been manipulating inventory levels so that they can purchase the product for themselves, whether it's for themselves or to flip. Doesn't matter, either way it's wrong. And so you might be saying, how do you know that this is real? How do you have proof? Believe me, I have several family members that work for retail stores in the Austin area, and it was rampant in every single store, specifically on release. And let's kind of talk about that real quick. So, the days leading up to Prismatic Evolutions, I had it on good authority that a lot of the pre-orders were already basically ready in these stores, and that they were supposed to have quite a bit of stock left over. Now, what ended up happening was the night prior, like around midnight of, I guess, the day of release on January 17th, these stores restocked their inventory of Prismatic Evolutions. This was based on their systems that were in place, right? Basically, these retail chain stores received all these Prismatic Evolution products. They set aside the first wave of pre-orders, and then they just basically had all this inventory of Prismatic up on their, on their individual inventory for the store, right? What happens is these retail chains look at all the individual stores and their inventory, and then they put those up for pre-sale on their websites, right? And so if you guys follow a bunch of these trackers, you probably saw Amazon, Target, Best Buy, GameStop, all these started getting stocked again for Prismatic Evolutions the night prior to release, right? And so what ended up happening was, and it was actually pretty funny. It started with, one of my family members, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm trying to keep everybody and the stores involved kind of low key. But it started with one of my family members. They actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, look what I found." And they sent me pictures of the Prismatic Evolutions binder and ETB and all that stuff, right? And I, of course, was like, "Oh my God, are they up for sale yet?" Because this was like 2 days prior, and I'm like, "Are you able to purchase these at the cash register? Because I'll drive over there right now and pick them up." Obviously, that wasn't the case, but it turned out an employee was hiding the Prismatic Evolution, product in different areas of this particular store. So obviously, they went to management. They told them, "Hey, this is what's going on. Like, this person or persons were hiding product and this and that." And they're like, "Oh, okay, like we'll take care of it," or whatever. And so, they basically put it with the rest of the Prismatic Evolutions that was for the store, and they called it there, right? The night prior to release, because they knew that at midnight or around midnight at night, they were going to update on the websites, right? They actually went into their inventory for their store, and they basically messed around with the inventory to essentially show, X amount of product was not available for sale. Now, the way this works, obviously, is when these employees went into the inventory and said, "Hey, this product is now, displayed for display purposes," in their inventory, it takes it out of the total count available for sale. So they did this for multiple products, obviously, like the ETBs, the binder collection, the sticker collection, etc. And so they thought they were slick with it, right? So what ended up happening is on release day, obviously all of those orders pre-sell online the night prior. People are in line outside at some of these stores, and obviously they get upset because they were waiting there for hours in the cold, and that was that. Like, oh, we sold out. One of the main managers for these retail chains, they actually end up finding out, hey, why am I just seeing, these receipts coming in or whatever showing Prismatic Evolutions? I thought we told them we had no more stock. So when they look into it, they found out that multiple supervisors at this one location essentially managed or messed with the inventory management system, and they purchased it for themselves. Not just one or two, but multiple of the product. So when this comes out to light, obviously it's a huge mess at this one particular store. They then start reaching out to other stores in the area, in the Austin area. And what they found out was that multiple other supervisors and managers and employees were doing the same exact thing throughout the entire Austin area. It wasn't just one store. It was multiple at this point. And obviously then I start talking to other family members in other retail stores, and they too were going through the exact same thing that this other big retailer was doing in this Austin area. And so obviously chaos ensued at that point. They started sending out notices to all of the stores around the area to check receipts, check, time of purchases and all that stuff. And they found that, again, multiple people were doing this through multiple stores. And it got to the point where they were forced to actually return the product. And they were so the way they did it was they returned all the product. They were forced to return the product. I believe they're going to be getting some sort of, like a write-up. I don't know if termination would even come into play here. But they could get a write-up. They were forced to return the product. The only problem with this was that they were told you cannot purchase this product while you are on the clock, right? So they put the product where the TCG stuff goes. Essentially, whoever came into the store next could go over there and purchase it. Now, I was informed of this by my family members, and so I was about to head over there and go pick it up, right? Within 15 minutes, I could have gotten there. And, essentially after I was told this and I'm about to get ready to go over there, somebody bought them. They bought out a bunch of stuff that was already on like display there for people to purchase. And so my assumption was they probably contacted a friend or like a roommate or something to come by and purchase it for them, because they were, at that point, all the people that were for Prismatic Evolutions, at least at this one particular store, they had already left because they were told there's no more stock available. And so it was chaotic, to say the least. Me and my family members, we were in like a group chat going over all like the proof and the pictures and like the responses from some of these managers that found out that these other supervisors and stuff, that they were, basically doing inventory manipulation in order for them to secure their own product. And it was, for me, it was entertaining, man. I was like on my phone for like a couple hours just going back and forth. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And that just kind of goes to show you the demand for Prismatic Evolutions, and the fact that even retail store leadership was getting involved by adjusting numbers and making sure that they could purchase some, that their employees or their friends that work with them could purchase some, just added to this problem. And so, personally, I am not going to be purchasing Prismatic Evolutions. I know they say a reprint is coming. It's going to be probably a couple of months before we see that. Right now, prices are starting to come down because of that statement, as well as because people are opening up packs like crazy. So we have seen, for example, ETBs were at like 150. Now they're down. I've seen people purchasing them for 100, right? So that's good, but it's still pretty expensive for one ETB. And so at this point, I'm not going to touch it. After seeing the pool rates, it's not even worth dropping 150, 120 bucks or whatever on an ETB, or $100 on an ETB, and opening up 9 packs for you to get like $10 worth of stuff. Like it makes absolutely no sense. Like, I'm cool with paying something at MSRP, and maybe I don't get the best pools, but hey, it's MSRP and everybody has the same chance of pulling something good. But the problem is, specifically with Prismatic Evolutions, the pull rates are freaking nuts. Now, will the new reprinted product have better pull rates? We don't know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we've seen this happen in the past where like some product came out, first wave had atrocious pull rates, and then when the reprint wave came in, like the pull rates started getting better. I did hear about, what was it, like Fusion Strike, and all the good pools were pulled, like basically factory workers were stealing those. But it's crazy how, like when I started thinking about this, and I was telling all my family members, right? I was like, why would people go this insane over this Pokemon product to the point where they could even lose their jobs over it, right? Like, it's Pokemon cards. Like, they're fun to open, but dude, the demand and like the amount of stuff that people were willing to do to secure product on day one was insane. I didn't expect that. Like, for example, right? Maybe I would assume maybe a couple stores, would probably have this problem. And you know which ones. I'm sure you've walked into, for example, if you're into Funko Pops or you've gone to Target to purchase a Target exclusive item, you know that the employees are going to steal, or not steal, but they're going to be putting stuff in the back for them to purchase later. I know the stores here in the Austin area where I've had that happen, where I can, where I saw this firsthand happening, and I just avoid those stores, right, for purchasing those type of products. But I didn't expect the entire Austin area, multiple stores, not just a few, multiple, that were having this problem. And if it's like that here, I can only imagine how it was nationwide on release day. It was insane, man. Entertaining for me. It sucked that I couldn't get product, right? Because I was basically up at like 6 in the morning. My plan was to go wait outside of these multiple stores and just kind of, hope that I can get a couple of products like ETB, maybe the binder collection. That didn't happen. And I don't foresee that happening for a while. Now, the reprint may be coming, but it's going to be dripped out to the point where if it's dripped out in small little waves, the product's going to get eaten up. The price may go down a little bit, but it's going to be insane. You got Journey Together that's coming out soon, followed by the highly anticipated and highly rumored, Team Rocket set that's probably going to come out around summertime. I mean, I don't know what Pokemon can do to print more out quicker, but my assumption is they're going to be slowly dripping out or drip feeding, Prismatic Evolution reprints throughout the year. So I'm not going to touch it. Way too much drama associated with him trying to get it under MSRP or with, at MSRP. Way too much of a hassle to even pull the desirable cards. It seems like it's just so skewed to, like, if you guys were watching streams, it was taking upwards of 100 to 150 packs just to open up one SIR. At that point, you're better off just buying the SIRs you want as opposed to leaving it up to chance, So that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to show you that, or I guess kind of talk about what I dealt with here in the Austin, Texas area. Let me know what you guys went through. Were you able to secure product? Was your stores doing the same thing? Like, I'm very curious, because up here, dude, it was a huge problem. They sent out notices, everything, dude. It was insane. So that's all I got for you guys. Stay tuned for the Elestrals portion. Elestrals will be, I should be getting Moonrise here very shortly, so that'll be fun. That'll be another video that I can talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys managed to get Prismatic Evolutions, man. Hopefully you guys get some cool pulls, and worst case, I hope you just have fun with it. It looks like a really fun product to open, which is why I was willing to purchase it at MSRP. But again, prices right now for that it's too insane for me. But that's all I got. See y'all later.